The final way we're going to solve a system of equation is by using the elimination method. In elimination, the goal is to eliminate one of the variables. To do this, you have to add opposites. Opposites mean they have the exact same number in front of them, but the signs are different. So when you add them together, they cancel out and give you 0. So like 2x and negative 2x, or 3y and negative 3y. To get opposites, you need to multiply one or both of the equations to get opposite coefficients. And then you want to add the equations together. When you add the equations together, one variable will cancel out and you'll be left with the second variable. Solve for that variable and then plug that into one of the original equations to get your second variable. For example, we have x minus 2y equals negative 9, x plus 3y equals 16. Now if I added these two equations together, nothing would cancel would cancel out. If I did x plus x, I would get 2x. If I did negative 2y plus 3y, I would get positive 1y. So I need to multiply one of the equations to get opposites. So the easiest variable to get rid of, first thing you want to do is choose which variable you want to get rid of. The easiest one would be the x's, since they already have the same number in front of them. Right, so to get them to have opposite signs, I need to multiply either the top or bottom by negative 1. Doesn't matter which one, so I'm going to go ahead and multiply the top by negative 1. I need to multiply every single term by negative 1. So negative 1 times x is negative x. Negative 1 times negative 2y is positive 2y. And negative 1 times negative 9 gives you positive 9. Now I want to add those two equations together. X minus x is 0, so it cancels out. I have no more x's. 3y plus 2y gives you 5y. And 16 plus 9 is 25. Now I want to solve for y, so divide both sides by 5. 5's cancel, y would equal 5. Right, so now I know what y is. I can take that value, plug it back into either one of these original equations, doesn't matter which one, and I want to solve for x. So I'm going to plug it into my top equation, but instead of writing y, I'm going to write 5, substitute like we did with the substitution property. So negative 2 times 5 is negative 10. Add 10 to both sides. X would equal positive 1. So my answer would be 1, 5. Alright, next problem. First thing you want to choose is which variable you want to get rid of. If you look, I have a 2x and a 3y. So they have different numbers and they're both positive. Then if I look at my y's, I have negative y and positive 4y. So they have different numbers, but they also already have different sides. And it's going to be easy to multiply that y to get it to have an opposite of positive 4y. I would need to multiply this top equation by 4 to get rid of my y. So I do 4 times 2x is 8x, 4 times negative y is negative 4y, and 4 times 9 is 36. And I want to add those two equations together now. 3x plus 8x is 11x. Negative, or 4y minus 4y cancels out. And negative 14 plus 36 is 22. Now divide both sides by 11. Gives me x is equal to 2. So now I know what x equals. I need to plug it into either one of these original equations to solve for y. I'm going to plug it into the bottom one. So I'm going to take out x, replace it with 2. 3 times 2 is 6. Subtract 6 both sides. Gives me 4y is equal to negative 20. Divide by 4. Y would be equal to negative 5. So my answer would be 2, negative 5. Okay, the last example, I'm going to have to multiply. If you look at the variables of 4x and negative 3x, there's not one number I can multiply 4 by to get 3, or there's not one number I can multiply 3 by to get 4. And so then if I look at my y's, I have negative 3y, positive 8y. There's no number I can multiply 3 by to get 8, and there's no number I can multiply 8 by to get 3. So when this happens, that means we need to multiply both equations to get rid of one of the variables. Now it does not matter which variable you get rid of. I'm going to choose to get rid of my x's. So to do that, I have to find a number that I can multiply 4 and 3 by to get the same number. Well, that would be 12. So to get 4x to be positive 12, I want to multiply it by 3. If I multiply by 3, that gives me 12x minus 9y is equal to 75. Right? So since this is positive 12x, and I want to get rid of my x's, I have to multiply negative 3x by something that gives me the opposite of positive 12x. Since it's already negative, that's part's taken care of for us. So I need to multiply the bottom by 4, which would give me the negative 12x. 4 times 8 is 24, or 32, y. 4 times 10 is 40. So now I want to combine these two equations. 12x minus 12x cancels out. 9y plus 32y is 23y. And 75 plus 40 is 115. Divide both sides by 23. And y would equal 5. So I need to plug that into one of my original equations, take out the y, and replace it with 5. Negative 3 times 5 is negative 15. I'm going to add 15 to both sides. So it's going to be 4x is equal to 40. Divided by 4, and x would equal 10. So my answer would be 10, 5. Pause the video and do the first you try. So for this one, once again, it doesn't matter if you get rid of 9's or if you're x's or y's. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of y's because they already have the same number, but they have the same sign. So to change sign of one equation, I'm going to have to multiply it by a negative 1. Negative 1 times negative 2x gives me positive 2x. Negative 1 times negative 9 gives me positive 9y. And negative 25 times negative 1 is positive 25. So now when I add these two equations together, negative 4x plus 2x is negative 2x. Y's cancel out. Negative 23 plus 25 is 2. I divide by 2, x would equal negative 1. Plug that into one of the original equations. I'll replace the x with negative 1. Negative 2 times negative 1 is positive 2. Subtract 2 both sides. So negative 9y is equal to negative 27. Divide by 9, and y would equal positive 3. So I have negative 1, positive 3. Go ahead and pause to the second you try. The easiest variable in this problem to get rid of is going to be your y's, because you can multiply 7 by 2 and get it to be 14. So that means I need to multiply my bottom equation by 2. 2 times negative 6 is negative 12x. 2 times negative 7 is negative 14y. And 2 times negative 10 is negative 20. Add them together, y's cancel. 8x minus 12x is negative 4x. 4 minus 20 is negative 16. If I divide by negative 4 on both sides, x equals positive 4. Plug that into original. I'm going to take out x, put in 4. Gives me 32 plus 14y is equal to 4. Subtract 32 both sides. 14y would equal negative 28. Divide by y, or divide by 14, y would equal negative 2. So my answer would be 4.